Your safe plan is an illusion. The system is setting you up to lose everything.
All right, let's just jump right in, because this one is a real mind-bender. We're talking about a book that will completely change the way you see the world, The Black Swan by Nassim Nicholas Taleb. It's all about those huge, history-altering events that absolutely nobody sees coming. And, maybe more importantly, why our brains are hardwired to be blind to them until it's way too late. So let me just start with a question for you, and I want you to really think about it. Are you living with a false sense of security? I mean, do you feel like you've got a decent grip on what's going to happen tomorrow, based on what happened yesterday and the day before? But what if I told you that very feeling of safety is probably your single greatest risk? To really get why that is, we need to talk about the book's most famous and, kind of brutal example. It's called The Thanksgiving Turkey Problem. And wow, does it ever perfectly explain how we get suckered into believing the world is predictable. So picture this. You're a turkey, and your life is pretty sweet. Every single morning, this human shows up and gives you amazing food. Doesn't matter if it's sunny, raining, you get fed. So naturally, you start to form a theory, right? You think, wow, this human loves me. He's looking out for me. I mean, all the evidence, every single data point says so. And this doesn't just happen for a week. It goes on for 1,000 days. Think about that. 1,000 confirmations that you are safe and loved. By day 1,000, your confidence in this friendly world is at its absolute all-time high. You've never been more sure of anything in your life. And then, day 1,001 rolls around. It's a nice day in late November. The human shows up, but this time, something's different. He isn't carrying your usual meal. And for the turkey, what happens next is, let's just call it a major revision of its theory. A devastating surprise. And all that past evidence, it meant nothing. Absolutely, totally nothing. That shocking, catastrophic event that comes out of nowhere and shatters everything you thought was true. That is a black swan. So the whole point here is that we're not turkeys, but we often think like them. Taleb argues that to survive, we have to understand the world we actually live in. And he has a name for it, extremistan. So let's break down what that means. So officially, a black swan event has 3 key ingredients. First, it is a complete and total shock. It's an outlier. Nothing in the past could have prepared you for it. Second, its impact is massive, extreme, game-changing. And third, and this is the part where our brains really trick us, after it happens, we all scramble to cook up a story that makes it seem like it was predictable all along. We pretend we saw it coming. This slide right here, this is the whole idea in a nutshell. Taleb says there are 2 different worlds. On one side, you've got mediocristan. This is the world of averages, it's predictable, it follows a bell curve. Think about something like human height. You could put 1,000 people in a room and one single person isn't going to be taller than the other 999 combined. It just doesn't work that way. But we live most of our lives in extremistan. This is the wild world of things like wealth or book sales or stock market performance. It's a winner-take-all game where one single event, one person, can completely dwarf all the others. And believe me, this isn't some abstract theory. Black swans are the things that actually define our history. The invention of the internet, World War I, the 2008 financial meltdown, a global pandemic. I mean, even in your own life, right? The day you met your spouse, a sudden job offer that changed everything. Those are the moments that truly matter, and they are by their very nature completely unpredictable. So if these events are so important and so powerful, why are we so consistently terrible at seeing them coming? Well, it all comes down to a fundamental glitch in our mental software. It's all about the stories that we tell ourselves. Taleb has a great name for this, the narrative fallacy. See, our brains just absolutely hate randomness. We crave simple stories that make sense, a clear cause and a clear effect. So we take the messy, complicated, random chaos of the real world and we force it into a nice, clean, simple story. Just think about how this plays out. Step 1, random things happen all day long. Life is just a bunch of messy, disconnected events. Step 2, our brain, trying to make sense of it all, immediately starts connecting the dots, even if there's no real connection. We create a story. Oh, the stock market went down because of that news report. Step 3, and this is the dangerous part, the story feels so real, so logical, that we forget we just made it up. We start to believe our simplified little narrative is the truth. It makes us feel smart, but it makes us blind to reality. Okay, so this is all a bit unnerving. I get it. The world is crazy random, and my brain is designed to fool me. Fantastic. So, what are we supposed to do? How do we not be the sucker? Well, the book doesn't just leave us hanging. It actually gives us a whole new framework for how to operate in this uncertain world. One of the most practical ideas is this distinction he makes between careers. On one side, you have a non-scalable career. Think of a dentist or a baker. You're paid for your time and your labor. It's pretty safe, it's predictable, but your income is capped. You can only bake so many loaves of bread in a day. On the other side, you have a scalable career. This is like being an author or a trader or a YouTuber. Your income is not directly tied to your time. It's way riskier, sure, but the potential upside, it's practically unlimited. And that's the key right there. That's the strategy. Since we know we live in Extremistan, you want to set yourself up to catch a positive Black Swan. You want to be in a game where one unpredictable lucky break can completely change everything for the better. You basically accept a bunch of tiny little risks or failures for the chance at one massive life-altering win. This quote just sums it all up perfectly. It is much more shocking to have been a turkey than a fool. What he means is, it's so much better to be the fool who says, you know what, I have no idea what's going to happen, than to be the turkey who is brimming with confidence about a future that's never going to happen. Being a fool is just being honest. Being a turkey is being dead wrong. So, what's the game plan? What's your Black Swan toolkit? It's right here. First, become deeply, deeply skeptical of anyone making predictions. Question your own cozy assumptions. Humbly accept the massive limits of your own knowledge, and use that humility to embrace smart risks, the kind where your downside is small, but your potential upside is enormous. And I'll say it one last time, whatever you do, don't be the turkey. So, I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. What is the potential Black Swan lurking in your own life? In your job, in your finances, in your health? What is that one unexpected thing that could change everything for you? And, since you know you can't predict it, how can you start preparing for it anyway?